Hi, welcome to Living Healthy with Amy Turner. Today I'll be talking about expectations. The dictionary definition of an expectation is a strong belief that something will happen or be the case in the future, or a belief that someone will or should achieve something. Expectations can be very beneficial. For example, we expect ourselves to get up in the morning and to eat, to get ready for the day, go to work, serve others. We expect the sun to come out during the day, or the moon and the stars to shine at night. We expect ourselves to serve our families and serve the community. We expect our spouse to serve us, work, serve our family, and our children to go to school, work, listen to us. And those are good things, right? But when it comes to unnecessary expectations, or too high of expectations, or unrealistic expectations, that can really wear us down. For example, I've realized throughout my life, just the past year and a half or so, that my expectations were, a lot of them were really unrealistic and too high. I have, throughout my life written down things on a to-do list every day, and I would write a ton of things. And then by the end of the night, if I didn't accomplish all of them, I would get really down on myself. And I would have lots of negative thoughts about myself, like, I'm not good, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, even to the point of not being worthy. So that is where it's very unbeneficial for us and doesn't serve us, and leads into perfectionism as well, which can really bring us down. It would get to the point where I would have lots of negative emotions because of those belief systems that weren't true about myself. It caused me lots of anxiety, worry, nervousness, insecurities, lots of anger, bitterness, resentment towards myself. And then I would also have expectations for others as well. These unrealistic expectations. Because I had them on me, then I expected others to maybe act a certain way or perform a certain way as well, which in turn would cause me to have lots of unpleasant feelings towards others. And also, when I had those unwanted belief systems towards myself that were unrealistic and untrue, then I would start thinking other people would think that about me. If I thought, that I was a bad mom because I didn't, accomplish all the goals I wanted to do that day for my children, or a bad wife because I didn't serve my husband the way I wanted to, then I started thinking that they thought I was bad, which caused the, unpleasant feelings towards them. So I didn't really realize that was going on. I kind of did, through the years, but not really, because I wasn't paying attention to my thoughts. And that's where our thoughts are really important to be aware of. The past year and a half or so, I have really dived in to pay attention to my thoughts and my belief systems. Because a lot of my belief systems, which were in my subconscious, which I really didn't want to believe, were taking over my life. Because 80% of the thoughts we think and the actions we're doing every day, we're running off of our subconscious. We're only running off 20% of our conscious. So I feel it's really important to pay attention to our thoughts and our belief systems. And if they're not serving us, if they're not being helpful for us or others, to change them. So one thing that I have been working on is writing down my belief systems and then writing down the ones I want to have. And that really helps writing. And And since I'm talking about expectations today, I'm going to start writing down the expectations that I've had of myself and others. And as I write them down, then I'm going to write the opposite of what I want. And as I write the opposite of what I want, the more I write those, the more I visualize that, the more I will be able to change those expectations into what I really want, and realistic expectations. So I just wanted to explain that, like, with my thoughts lately, again, the past year and a half or so, as I write them down and then I write the opposite, and then I think about them during the day and I visualize it, the more and more I do that, I'm changing more and more all the time. I'm transforming to who I really want to be and who I truly am and who I really want to become. Because when we have untruths in our brains, negative belief systems, things that aren't true about ourselves, it causes unwanted thoughts, unwanted emotions, which causes us to behave in a way that we don't want to, and that doesn't serve us or our family or others. So I encourage you to write your thoughts down and your expectations. And if you are realizing that you have lots of unrealistic expectations that are too high for yourself or others, write those down. It just helps you be aware of them. And don't beat yourself up over it, because it's easy to do that. I've done that a lot. When I first was aware of it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was even thinking that or believing that or expecting that for myself and others. But it's just to be aware of it and give yourself grace and tell yourself, you know what? I didn't mean to, but I'm going to change. So as you write those down, then write the opposite of what you really want, what the expectations you expect of yourself and others. And then the more you do that and the more you visualize it, the more you'll become that. And the more that will change your subconscious into what you really want to believe. And I would recommend just writing down maybe 3 to 5 a day, not too many, because if you get that big, huge to-do list, like I've done in the past, and I still do write a lot of things to do that day, just so you know. I haven't really condensed that a lot because to me that's important, but I have changed my way of thinking of it now, that now if I didn't get all those things to do on my list, I'm like, well, that's okay, I didn't get to it, and it's all right. And I try to get to the ones that are most important. I look at the ones that are most important to me that day, that I really feel would be beneficial to get those done and accomplished. And as I do those, then I can look at the other ones and go, okay, if I get to the other ones, that's fine. If I don't, it's okay too. Another thing I want to talk about with expectations is sometimes when we have those unnecessary or unrealistic expectations for ourselves and others, like I said, it can bring us down. And then, especially when we have it towards others, then we expect like our happiness to come from those people following through or those situations happening, right? Like, for example, if we expect the grocery store to be open when we go to the grocery store, right? Anyways, sometimes if those people or situations don't follow through, then we are unhappy. And then we put our happiness upon those people and those situations. And I've learned that our happiness only comes from ourselves. We can only make ourselves happy. So if we expect people and situations to make us happy, then we may be very unhappy in this life, because we can only make ourselves happy. And it's by us choosing those thoughts and those feelings that we want to have, and then following through with them. And If others may not be acting a certain way or treating us a certain way, that's okay. We can choose to go within ourselves and say, well, you know what? Maybe they're having a bad day, or maybe they're struggling right now, or, I don't know their situation, but I'm just going to give them grace and show them love back and say a prayer for them. I'll say a prayer for them in my heart and my mind. If you're a prayerful person, and if you're not a prayerful person, that's okay. You can just show them love and be grateful for the situation, maybe, because for me, I've also learned a lot of times when I have these situations with people or others, it's because I need to go within and change myself. That there's something I need to work on to be more loving, to be more grateful towards others. So I would love to hear your feedback. If you have any feedback on expectations, if you want to share maybe ways that you've had unnecessary expectations towards yourself and others, and if you've been aware of that, and if you've changed it, or if you'd like to change it, reach out to me. Let me know, share, and I would love to hear. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching this episode of Living Healthy with Amy Turner. If you enjoyed watching, please be sure to like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified about future episodes. If you would like to learn more, you can comment below, and be sure to follow and message me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thanks a lot for watching, and have a fabulous day.